Hi guys, welcome to another Frosta Friday, and this is take 2 of this video. Something happened with the audio when I recorded. I hope this will be fast, and sorry about the quality. I am filming it on my phone right now, but yeah, I want to get it ready in time so I can edit and have it posted for you on Friday. I apologize again for the video on Wednesday. Trust me, the quality of the audio on the video is much better than the one that turned out. But you're not here for excuses. You're here to see what my favorite February releases are. See you after the break. Hi guys, it's been a minute since I did a most anticipated. I will continue to do them every month. For the January, I'll mix it up with my wrap up and review of the January books I have read. This is coming mid-February, and at some point I'm also going to do a year overall anticipated books, but just of those of my auto-buy authors. So, aka the books that I'm looking forward to the most. They are not debut. So, here's that. Most of the books on my list are either horror or thrillers. I do have one nonfiction and some YA, sci-fi, whatever. I'll have timestamps for date of release, and I'll go over thriller and horror first. If you're not interested in the other genres, you can just skip to the next chapter or bookmark. I always have them bookmarks, and as always, all the proper information for the books are linked down below. Let's start with February 1st. They already happened. And oh my god, so many good releases this month. I don't know what's going on with 2022. All I can say is I hope it doesn't let down, because every month I get so excited. I just need more time to read them all. So the first thriller I'll mention that is coming out on February 1st, or came out on Tuesday in North America, is Feeling Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead by El Cosimano. This is the second Feeling Donovan book, and I'm very happy to announce that she's back. Her life is still a mess. Her criminal life is still a mess. Her love life is still a mess, but she has things a little bit more on control. Vero has moved in. She's a accountant / live-in nanny. They are living the life. They have control of everything, and nobody has died. Until, by accident, on the Jeep dark web, they find a post putting a price on her husband's head. Yes. Does she like the bastard that cheated on her? No. But he's a great father, and she doesn't want her kids to lose him. So she gets involved with a lot of bad people, the Russian mob, and she tries to figure out who wants him dead and make sure that they don't get what they want. So this is a really fun book, and as well as the cheekiness, and it's good to see she's progressing as a character, but that her life is still a mess, because that's what we're here for, am I right? Well, at least that's what I'm here for. The next thriller I have, this one is really hard to talk about because it is a sequel, and the end of its prequel was so explosive. So this is a follow-up to that. So I'm talking about The Amendment by Kirsten Modulin. I love the way she writes. If you saw my 2021 awards, you know this. I love domestic thriller. I got cluster beeps, and this book has all of that. I know that with most of those, you find that it twists and turns. They take over they're not well plotted and things like that. Kirsten delivers everything. Well plotted mysteries, crazy people, batshit twists and turns, and this one is no different. Let me just say that we follow this couple, and they made an arrangement in a previous book that to spice up their marriage, that is fallen through the cracks, they would date other people. They had rules were broken, and a lot of mistakes were made, culminating in like one of the best cliffhangers in history. This follows up that their marriage is still not so good, so they make an amendment to it. And they are dealing with the aftermath of what happened on the other book. Sounds vague? Yes, it does. But trust me, you want to read the arrangement and read this one right away. The other books are also phenomenal. So take your pick. And I believe both of them are on Kindle Unlimited. So there you go. The next thriller I have is Catch When She Falls. Catch When She Falls is the story of Micah. We follow her perspective as she's addressing Joshua. So it has that vibes of The Push when the main character reflects on things that have happened in as she addresses someone else. So it's a letter to someone else and to us, the reader, as well as to herself. So when Micah was in high school, she was one of those lucky people that had the perfect boyfriend, the perfect group of friends, and they got along. So her high school experience was amazing until her best friend was killed. And because of mainly her testimony, her boyfriend was convicted of that murder. 10 years passed, she's still dealing and struggling with what happened, but she manages to almost move on. She decides to stop running from her past and moves back home, opens a coffee shop. Everything is going fine. She sees Ryan, which is one of her part of the gang she had in high school. They rekindle their friendship. The friendship becomes a relationship. Things are going. But then she starts seeing signs everywhere pointing out to that murder. And these signs, along with a blog, a true crime blog that believes Alex was innocent, gets Micah thinking. And then she starts thinking again about the past and really considering getting all the questions in her head to see if what she thought she saw was actually reality. Joshua, her friend's brother, is the main internet suspect. She doesn't believe that he did that, but can the internet and these bloggers be right? So we follow her as she unravels and revisits what happened in the past. I'm really excited for this. It's giving me a little bit of like the dark places vibes because of, someone whose testimony put someone else in jail and she might or might not be true. And there is a group of, amateurs loose trying to free the person. But also the push and the way that the narrative is going. Those are two great novels. So I'm here for Catch When She Falls by Alison Bucola. Next, I do have two thrillers, but they are YA thrillers, both super exciting. These Deadly Games by Diana Urban. So we follow Crystal living the life, and then she gets a message, okay? There's a video, and I'll tell you what's in the video at the end. But the message says, let's play a game. I mean, one message that is up to any good starts with that, but this one does. You have 24 hours to win. If you break my rules, she does. If you call the police, she does. If you tell your parents or anyone else, she, you guessed it, dies. Are you ready? And you know what's in that video? It's her little sister tied, and gagged. So basically, she's playing the game to save her sister's life. No pressure on a high schooler, is it? Anyway, things start off, she thinks, okay. It's random things that she's asked to do, like steal a test and put in someone's locker, bake brownies, nothing too bad, right? Until by the time the third one comes along, she realizes that each one of these harmless tests are actually hurting or killing some of her best friends. Okay. She starts to think, oh my God, who's after me? This is really personal. They are part of a gaming team that is about to go on a tournament. So she thinks, is someone trying to pick them one by one so they don't participate in the tournament? As people predict they'll do very well. Or could it be about something that we did in the past? Does anyone else know? Who knows? All she knows is that she has less than 5 hours to outsmart the kidnapper, because her only choices otherwise are to choose between her sister and best friends. I'm here for it, okay? The next thriller is The New Girl by Jessie Q. Sutanto. It sounds like a YA darkish academia version of Die Away for Aunties. We have a Chino-Indonesian character, Leah. She's really good. She's a very good athlete. She's part of a track team and this very prestigious academy. Learns about her reputation, want to recruit her, so offer a full ride scholarship. She goes in. I mean, why not? That's her chance to actually go to a good college and be scouted. And she's actually really good. But the day she comes in, she sees someone else being dragged off campus by security. And little does she know, that really set a tone for her experience, because everything she finds in there is a teacher that is out to get her, a very popular, rich, entitled girl who turns a whole posse around her. She's cyberbullied. This girl is determined to get her kicked off the academy. One, because she's elitist, and second, because there's only 4 spots in the track team. And definitely the last one is either going to be between Mindy and Leah. And Leah, who's not really that good, she just doesn't like losing. As things progresses, let's just say there will be a body, there'll be a little romance, and there'll be a lot of witty cheekiness. So I really love the way Sutanto writes. So I'm really looking forward to this book. How many times can I say really? I don't know. Just count it and take a shot of your coffee, drink, or whatever, and let me know at the end, because I'll probably say it a lot. Last book from February 1st. See what I'm saying? This is still February. I have a nonfiction, A Taste for Poison, 11 Deadly Molecules, and the Killer Who Used Them by Neil Bradbury, PhD doctor. He, like this, the title is self-explanatory. He goes over 11 different substances, mostly poisonous to the human body. He tells them what is their benefits if used properly, where they come from, how they are produced, and how our body metabolizes them, and why is it that these are potentially lethal. And to illustrate that, he goes over 11 notorious true crime cases of famous murderers that have used these poisons to kill them. So I really love that. I mean, I shouldn't love poison this much, but I do, thanks to Agatha Christie. I got really into poison, and she's mentioned this book a few times. I'm just saying that I have read it, but I'll save it for my wrap up. But it was a really good book, and I'm keeping up with my nonfiction reading, and I think I found my niche. Next, we have a couple books on February 8th. The one thriller I have is A Couple on Maple Drive by Sam Carrington. This synopsis doesn't give away much, which I'm happy about. We follow Isla and Zach. Isla was brutally mugged. She develops some sort of agoraphobia, and then Zach moves in to protect her. But then something really bad happens right at their doorstep, and they start to think that Isla is being targeted after all, who's out to get her, and what's going on. That's all it says, and it's all I needed to know before I put it on my list. Next, we have 3 horrors. I'll start with the true horror, just horror. Echo by Thomas O.D. Hewitt. Nature is calling, but they shouldn't have answered. We follow Nick, okay? Nick, we start the book and Nick is in a coma. He went on this... So they went on this trek up a mountain. Nick was with his friend Augustine. When he comes out of the coma, he's told that Augustine is presumed dead, still missing. They found him and ask him what happened. Nick says he doesn't remember anything. He has amnesia. But he does remember everything that happened on that trek. He remembers the being they met and the harm the being has done. And he has this feeling that whatever happened to him awakened something deep inside, and people around him are not safe anymore. And the tagline says, it's one thing to lose your life, it's another to lose your soul. So I'm excited for all the wintry and the cosmic almost. I mean, that's my impression. The vibes, this is promising. Then I have a YA horror and a sci-fi horror. The sci-fi horror is Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes. I heard Rachel talking about it and I was really interested. I don't know much about this because sci-fi concepts are still way over my head. But all I need to know is that this promises to be Titanic meets The Shining. And a ghost ship, a savage crew, unspeakable horrors. So basically, we follow Claire. She's not living the life. Her job is on the line here. She doesn't know what she's going to do for a career. But she decides, okay, let's go ahead, okay? And it feels like they are in outer space. Then they come across this abandoned ship, a luxury line, and they decide to go in and see what's up. And once they got in, a lot is up because this is almost, they start seeing weird things happening. So it's a haunted ghost ship in the middle of space. I mean, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And the last I have Cherish Thera, a YA horror by Bethany C. Morrow. She's the writer of the Song Below Water duology that I really enjoyed, though that was YA fantasy. This is on the horror side, but I know that her prose is easy to understand and she does very important current social commentaries, especially on class and race, and this promised to deliver that too. We follow the only 2 Black girls at their country club. One of them, Farah, she is rich and has Black parents. The other one obviously is rich as well, but she is adopted by white parents. So there's already this discrepancy, and Farah is this very entitled, manipulative person. And she's not real, she loves Cherish, but she also hates her. And then when Farah's parents lose everything, Cherish is a nice person, invites her in. And once she's in her house, it's almost like she wants to manipulate her way into Cherish's parents' good graces, and she gets entangled in this to get whatever she wants. But the more she gets, the longer she stays in the house, the more her parents think that there's something going on with the whole family. And it comes to a point that Farah is very unsettled because she lost track of reality. She doesn't know if she's still the predator here or she's being preyed on. Sounds very good and atmospheric. Next, I have February 17th. This is a UK only release. The book will come to us in North America on May 3rd, but it sounds so good. If you live somewhere where you can access this book before May 3rd, I suggest you do so. Breathless by Amy McClough. So then again, it sounds like it'll be one of those like wintry books, so I get the February vibes. We follow struggling journalist Cecily Wong. She's invited to join an expedition to climb one of the world's tallest mountains. It seems to be the chance of a lifetime. So she and the group starts going on. As they climb the mountain, the farther up they get, the more things start to happen. Starts with, a theft, an accident, a note is posted on her tent, and then someone dies. And let's just say that it seems like they'll be picked one by one in this isolated close circle. See what I'm saying? So either wait for May 3rd, I'll remind you when we get there, or if you can access and it sounds good, go for it. February 18th, we have Jawbone. It's a English release of a 2018 Spanish book written by Monica Ojeda. We follow Fernanda and Annalise. They are just like sisters. The book starts with Fernanda tied and bound in a cabin in the middle of nowhere, being held hostage by her teacher Clara, estranged from her best friend. Honestly, that's all I need to know. I didn't want to read it further, but this sounds amazing, and the cover, I mean, great. And that is a horror. Next, yay, finally we are on February 22nd, and there's a lot of books bombing on this one. So the first one I want to talk about is 5 Deaths for 7 Songbirds. It is a thriller. It's written by John Everson. Well, it's like a thriller horror. If you're familiar with the Italian movie subgenre giallo, this is kind of it. So we are in a very prestigious Belgian music conservatory. We follow Eve, who has just been accepted. And the book starts to get weird when one of the students, pianist, a very good one, is found murdered, strangled with a piano string. And next to him, there's a picture of his face right before death. Okay? Eve goes, ooh, that's weird. I don't want to be here. And then she's drugged because she wakes up with no memory of what happened, feeling like crap. And then another body is found. Another person, another one of these songbirds, is found murdered. And there's a picture, but they were also strangled by someone's hands. And on the picture is the hand of the murdered and the face of the victim. And that hand looks to Eve a lot like her own. So she doesn't know if she's being set up to be framed for these murders or if she's one of the next targets. It just sounded really good. I want to read it. The next thriller I have is This Might Hurt by Stephanie Robel. And it says, welcome to Wisewood. We'll keep your secrets if you keep ours. Natalie and Kit are sisters. They suffer a tragedy, they lose their mom, and they deal with their pain in different ways. Kit gets addicted to messing up her life, including attending a bunch of happy hours and having mood swings that go from extremely reckless and happy to crying in the shower endlessly. Then Kit hears about Wisewood, which is this very luxurious, exclusive retreat where you go in, you deal with what's affecting you, you spend 6 months with no contact to the outside world. Did I say that this is also on an isolated island? Yeah. So Kit wants to go. Natalie thinks it's not a good idea. And then Kit goes off the grid. Okay. So Natalie just assumed that she went to Wisewood because people that go there cannot contact the outside world. They don't have access to television, radio, any kind of media, internet, or even their phones. Then almost 6 months pass, and Natalie gets a letter, an email actually, from Wisewood saying, we know your secret. We know what you're hiding from Kit. And if you don't come to us right now, we're going to tell her. So she goes. She must have something really big hiding. But once she gets there, she thinks that it will be just this confrontation. They'll ask very little of her, and then they both can leave. Right now, because apparently leaving Wisewood is not as easy as Natalie might think. The next book I have is Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. You probably have heard about this, but I'm so excited. There was no book last year. I like the way that she tells the story. So this one, it seems to be a little bit following the format that she does and that I love, because we don't have many protagonists' name. We have the title for them. So this one says there is a socialite, the nice guy, the alcoholic, the girl on the verge, and the concierge. These are all people that seem to live in this apartment complex. Which one are you talking about, Paulina? Yes, I forgot to say that. We have Jess. Jess needs a fresh start. Her life, again, is shit. So she calls her brother Ben, who has been living with Paris friends. Hey, buds, can I stay with you for a minute? He was like, I don't really want you, but please, my life is ruined. I need your help. You're my brother. Who else can I count on? And then he goes, fine, drama queen, come over. And then she goes. But when she gets there, he's not there. He's missing. And he stays missing. And then she thinks that something very weird is going on, starting with the fact that that's a really expensive apartment. She doesn't believe her brother can even afford that. How is he there? Why is he missing? And why are these people, like the 5 ones that I mentioned before, so weird? So she's determined to find out what happened to her brother while trying to escape her past. Sounds amazing. I'm here for it. Cannot wait. Already ordered the Canadian version because it's going to get to me first, but the British version because it covers life. So those were the thrillers I'm looking forward to at the end of this month. Then I have a horror, Beneath the Stairs, written by Jennifer Fawcett. So in Sumner's Mills, there's this very famous house, the Octagon house that is, in the middle of the woods. There's this reputation of being haunted because before it was abandoned, a dad killed his wife and children, and it said that the victims will go live there. People dare not trespass, but then friends Claire and Abby, have all the braveness of teenagers and go in. And something happens. Claire comes out unscathed, but a part of Abby never leaves. Claire moves out. 20 years passed, and she gets a notice that Abby went back to the Octagon house, tried to commit suicide, is now in a coma. Claire, sorry, I keep forgetting the names. Claire has nothing to lose. She just went through a very deep personal loss. So she decides to go back and revisit the past, go back to the Octagon house, figure out what the hell is haunting them, what happened, because she thinks that if she can rid the house of evil and figure out what forces are at play, she can save Abby. Sounds so good. Beneath the Stairs. And last one I have is another one that unfortunately I don't know much because I don't want it to be spoiled. It is a sci-fi. I'm trying to read more sci-fi, but this one sounds right up my alley if I can understand the concept. But it is A Paradox Hotel by Rob Hart. All I have to say about this is this first paragraph, because this one made me want to read it, and it's all I will know going into it. A locked room murder mystery set at a hotel for time travelers, in which a detective must solve an impossible crime, even as her own sanity crumbles. Locked room, impossible crime, time travelers, murder mystery. I cannot wait to see the world building in this book and to see how the time traveling is going to play in the solution or investigation of the crime. I don't know if I'll have enough brain cells to read this book, but I definitely want to try. Anyway, I'm sorry if the video and audio quality is a little different, but trust me, the audio will be better than the one from my camera, and this gives me about a week to figure out what was wrong and fix it for next time. Thank you so much. Let me know, what books are you excited for in February? Does any of them sound good to you? What was your favorite reads of January? Thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to see you next, and I hope you have a fantastic, wonderful weekend. And until next time, be the hummingbird. Bye.